Why can't the other elite quarterbacks in the NFL win a Super Bowl like Mahomes? The consensus elite quarterbacks in the NFL are Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow. And no Justin Herbert fans, he's not elite, that's only in your guy's head, bro. So the question is, of all the elite quarterbacks, Mahomes is the only one to have won a Super Bowl, and we're going to try to figure out why that is. As a matter of fact, Mahomes is the only one to even appear in a Super Bowl besides Joe Burrow. Let's first look at Josh Allen's case. Josh Allen and the Bills are known in the NFL as being regular season merchants. The Bills are consistently one of the best teams in the NFL every single season, yet every postseason they always choke when it's time to deliver. Subconsciously, every NFL fan already knows how the Bills season will end before the season even starts. It doesn't help Josh Allen's case at all when you factor in the fact that Mahomes has single-handedly stopped his postseason runs 4 different times. With that being said, Josh Allen is an elite quarterback and is probably the best quarterback behind Mahomes himself. Unfortunately, Josh Allen just had his worst postseason showing ever recently in a divisional round loss against the Broncos. This is my problem with Josh Allen. When the lights are brightest in the postseason, he's had multiple plays in various playoff games that were either boneheaded or just lackluster. The fact that this was Josh Allen's worst playoff game in a playoff scene without Mahomes and Jackson shows that the pressure just got to him. Realistically, Josh Allen is just a regular season merchant. If the Bills played the Broncos in the regular season, they probably would have won. That's why fans don't take the Bills seriously. The only difference between Mahomes and Allen is when the postseason comes around, Mahomes gets the job done, and Josh Allen just doesn't. Also, Josh Allen is a cuck, so that doesn't help his case either. Josh Allen has the most playoff starts without reaching a Super Bowl in NFL history. That is the definition of a regular season merchant. The simplest reason Allen hasn't won a Super Bowl is that Patrick Mahomes keeps sending him home. While Allen actually holds a 5-1 regular season record against Mahomes, the script flips entirely in January. Mahomes is 4-0 against Allen, and in their playoff matchups, Mahomes historically elevates his game to an almost impossible level. In their first 4 postseason meetings, Mahomes averaged a 123.7 passer rating with 9 TDs and 0 INTs. Allen has been great, but Mahomes becomes otherworldly against Buffalo. Mahomes has mastered the art of boring efficiency in the playoffs, taking the check down and avoiding the big mistake. It's really not far-fetched to say Mahomes owns Josh Allen in the playoffs. I don't think Josh Allen will ever win a Super Bowl, unfortunately. He's shown us time and time again that he just can't get the job done like Mahomes. Mahomes is simply the better, more composed quarterback. In another timeline, Josh Allen might have multiple rings if Mahomes didn't exist, but that's not the world we live in. Next up is Lamar Jackson. To be fair, Lamar has had a couple of postseasons cut short due to injury, so we can't hold that against him. That's just bad luck. However, when he has played in the postseason, it has been very mediocre performances. Also, he's had some bad luck like the Mark Andrew terrorist drop in the divisional against the Bills. But Lamar's playoff performance definitely leave you wanting more, especially when you consider just how talented he is. Another issue the Ravens have had is abandoning their identity. In several of Baltimore's biggest playoff losses, like the 2023 AFC Championship against Mahomes and the Chiefs, the Ravens notoriously abandoned the run. Despite having the #1 rushing offense, they often panic when falling behind by even a single score, forcing Lamar to win strictly as a pocket passer. Mahomes and the Chiefs are masters of taking what the defense gives them, whereas the Ravens offense has occasionally become one-dimensional and predictable under postseason pressure. Lamar has the talent, but winning a Super Bowl requires a level of surgical execution that Mahomes has mastered. Lamar is often required to be a superhero for the Ravens to win, whereas the Chiefs system allows Mahomes to be a distributor until the game is on the line. Next is Joe Burrow. As for Joe Burrow, his main problem currently is even making the postseason. The Bengals have been a mess these past few seasons. While Joe Burrow is often cited as the one quarterback who actually has Mahomes' number, Burrow is 3-2 in the head-to-head. There are a few glaring reasons why that hasn't translated into a Super Bowl ring yet. The health gap is the main problem. Availability is the most important ability, and this is where Mahomes has a massive edge. Mahomes has been remarkably durable, often playing through significant injuries, like the high ankle sprain in the 2022-23 playoffs, without missing time. Burrow has already suffered 3 season-ending or season-altering injuries in his short career: a torn ACL, 2020, a major wrist injury, 2023, and most recently, a torn toe ligament that derailed his 2025 season. It's hard to build championship momentum when you're rehabbing every other offseason. The next reason is offensive line woes. Burrow has historically played behind much shakier protection. In his 2021 Super Bowl run, Burrow was sacked 19 times in the playoffs alone, an NFL record. Mahomes' front office famously rebuilt his entire offensive line in a single offseason after they lost Super Bowl 55. The Bengals have tried to do the same, but they haven't achieved the same level of elite, consistent protection, leaving Burrow exposed to those constant hits. A big reason is the coaching and infrastructure advantage. Mahomes walked into a gold standard situation. Andy Reid, who is a Hall of Fame offensive mastermind, who had the system ready for him. The Chiefs have a long-standing culture of winning, and a front office that consistently finds value players to fill gaps around Mahomes' massive contract. Also, Burrow essentially dragged a dysfunctional organization, by historical standards, to a Super Bowl in just his second year. While Zach Taylor has been solid, he isn't generally viewed in the same tactical tier as Reid. The next reason is defense. People forget that the Chiefs' defense has been elite during their recent Super Bowl runs. In 2023 and 2024, the KC defense was arguably the best in the league, allowing Mahomes to win even when he wasn't playing his best hero ball. In contrast, when the Bengals' defense struggled, like in 2024 where they missed the playoffs despite Burrow playing at an MVP level, Burrow wasn't able to overcome the deficit alone. Because the Bengals are so dysfunctional, I don't think Burrow will ever win a Super Bowl. Also, Mahomes is just the better, more talented quarterback.